Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. The hip new homes that have been designed to deal with the worst of Houston's weather.
We have a large problem with flooding in Houston, and so trying to control or mitigate the amount of water that flows into the city storm system is an important factor to work with.
And in Australia, a home that can recycle its rainwater and what has to be the ultimate security system.
We've got winches up in the ceiling of the house that come down and connect each of the decks and pull them up and sort of close the house up like a big box.
I'm Emmanuel Belliveau. Come with me on World's Greenest Homes and see the most extraordinary homes on the planet. Homes that are gorgeous, cool, and green. What comes to mind when you think of Texas? Compact, energy efficient, sustainable homes? Well, maybe it should be. We're in Houston, in what was once a rundown neighborhood. Now, this used to be the industrial part of town, until the factories went out of business. Architect and homeowner Jim Evans had a vision to transform a derelict downtown Houston site into a block of green homes. Talk about an urban oasis. These 4 townhouses were among the very first built, and they're helping to bring new life back to the inner city. It's a showcase project, how to reuse unwanted land and incorporate green design principles. Project architect Jim Evans, his wife Catherine, a prosecutor, and 8-month-old Max live and work in what's now a hip, desirable neighborhood. This townhome is on 3 floors. Off the entrance hall is Jim's architecture firm. Upstairs is the family's open concept living, kitchen, and dining space. And on the 3rd floor, there's Max's bedroom, along with a master bedroom and bathroom.
Hello.
Hi,
Emmanuel.
Jim Evans.
Please meet you, Jim. Pleasure.
Hi, Catherine Evans.
Dude, who do we have here?
This is Max.
Hey, Max, how you doing? Want to show me your house?
Sure do.
Yeah?
Come on in.
All right.
We're gonna go up and get a bottle.
Okay, great. All right, so what do you have down here?
Well, on the 1st floor, primarily we have the office space,
Okay.
which is certainly nice for me. I don't have to get in the car too often. I just come
That's
downstairs
good.
to work.
So no commuting means smaller carbon footprint.
And we can meet with clients down here, and we get nice natural light from the north exposure here.
No, it's great. And being north side, just got all light coming in, but you don't have all heat coming in.
Yeah, it's all indirect, so no heat gain.
Jim's idea for the windows in these homes was to put them where they'd reduce heat gain, but still allow as much natural light as possible. And that means lower bills for air conditioning.
Well, let's go take a look at my favorite part of the house up here on the 2nd floor.
A little bamboo and a lot of imagination have turned this stairwell into a statement.
We use a little aluminum nosing on it. The handrail is actually just steel extrusions that I had fabricated by a local artist. And then we rubbed them with a gunmetal finish.
And the stairs above me are even more eye-catching.
And these stairs, look at that.
Yeah, this has been a big hit with a lot of folks. We just made those out of birch veneer plywood that just spans between the 2 walls. It also helps with the open risers like that with the window up at the top to let natural light drop in through the stairwell here.
Yeah, a lot of board light coming through the space.
Exactly.
And that's really simple too. It's just plywood, right? Laminated plywood together.
Really simple, yes.
Anybody could do that.
It really is.
But you did it. Nobody else did, right? Well, I can see why you love this floor so much. It's beautiful. It's nice and open.
The 2nd floor is an open concept living room and eating kitchen. Flooring in the townhomes is either recycled or sustainable. In here, it's bamboo.
There's lots of natural light coming through here. This is great. I like how you used all white furniture with your white walls. Makes it feel very open and airy.
Well, mostly we like to bring color and texture in just with the material themselves.
That means not overdoing things with a layer of drywall when the bones of a building can look this good.
This isn't your standard cement block, is it?
No, it's actually a limestone aggregate block, which gives it the coloration, and then what they do is take the face and they actually grind it down.
Tucked away off the living room is a handy wet bar.
This is great. Wet bar close to the entertaining area as well.
Yeah, you can entertain this way. If you need to, you can slide a drink through the opening.
You have windows hidden everywhere.
Yeah, we sure do. Once again, trying to bring in as much natural light as possible, but maintaining privacy. So this window points north again, and there's no opportunity for your neighbors to look into your living space.
With lots of attention to design and little use of artificial light, this is one space where less is definitely more. No doubt about it, this is a great space, and one thing is certain, Jim and Catherine have made being practical pleasing to the eye.
So this volume here in the middle of the space kind of helps divide the different areas, but it's multi-purpose with the TV hidden on this side. There's a little seating area over there.
Yeah, I love this countertop system we've got going on here. It's effectively useful in your dry bar area, useful in the living space, and then takes you up here.
This space is really fabulous for entertaining. If you've got guests in, you can lay out food and drinks, and it works really well.
A real nice use of space there, it's great.
In the open concept kitchen, unlike the rest of the room, Jim's gone for color in a big way.
Why the choice of a red kitchen?
Well, as you mentioned, most of the walls and finishes are whites and grays, so it was nice to get a sort of splash of color in here.
Very glossy. Who does most of the work in this space?
Actually, that would be me.
Is that you?
Yes, I do most of the cooking. Maybe it's a masculine kitchen.
And Jim's kept the look sleek with those aluminum countertops.
Something I was experimenting with. What I like about it is the fact that it's a panel that's folded, actually, so it doesn't have any seams at the backsplash.
Oh, I've seen it's wrapped around a piece of plywood.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
The sink is really unusual looking. The inside is made from eco-friendly material.
Well, this is actually a sill granite material, so they take granite powder, basically, and put it in a resin binder and form the sink, but it's just bulletproof, really tough, and you can't stain it or scratch it.
Is this recycled granite, or?
I'm not sure if it's recycled, but they certainly use the waste product from granite.
So instead of going to a landfill site, we've got it in your sink.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. I like that.
The kitchen's also loaded with Energy Star appliances.
Well, look at this. Lots of light north side of the house.
That north-facing window really brings in nice quality light. We can open these doors as well to get that nice cross ventilation in combination with the doors at the top of the stairs.
For cross ventilation, read more natural air conditioning.
Oh, and I like these.
Yeah, matching the kitchen there with the red.
So what's upstairs?
Catherine's taking me up the floating staircase to the 3rd floor. It's a clever way of maximizing natural light and allowing air to circulate in those humid Houston summers. At the top is Baby Max's room.
Oh, I love that beautiful blue chair.
Yes, that's his rocking chair.
What kind of carpet is this?
This is the interface floor tile, particularly with animals and with kids. It's great because you can pull individual ones out and replace it.
And that makes it environmentally friendly too.
This is my space in the house.
So Jim has his work office downstairs, and this is your space here.
This is my little corner.
Very nice. It's very tidy. You knew you were coming.
Right.
But the office isn't Catherine's favorite room.
Look at this. Wow.
Along with reducing heat gain and maximizing natural light with the position of the windows, Jim's also designed them for privacy.
Oh, I love these skylights. That's great. You see the clouds going by.
In designing the house, I said that I wanted to have very good light in the master bath, particularly getting dressed dark in the morning. You need to pick me up, you need to be able to wake up and have some good light. So if you walk down this little hallway, this is the master bedroom.
It's beautiful. It's airy again, just like the rest of your house.
It is. It's this very calm, very quiet, very still space. Jim did an inverted ceiling here, so it gives a nice, interesting line.
There's a lot of the furniture in your house is either white or, well, really neutral tones, but you've gone ahead with something dark in here.
It was the same idea as the darker tile in the bathroom. It just seems to anchor the space and make it that much more calm. And in fact, Jim actually designed the dresser because we weren't finding exactly what we wanted.
Everything is designed to be a perfect fit, including a family-friendly deck outside.
And out here we have an outdoor deck.
It's beautiful. You spend much time outside?
We like to go out there, particularly now with a baby. It's perfect because it's a safe place for him to be and he gets to go out there and see the planes.
And because it's enclosed, everyone gets to have playtime.
We're actually very close with all of our neighbors here. If they're on their balcony, we can see them, which is nice because we'll be out there having a drink sometimes. And
you can wave.
You'll wave and say hi.
But these aren't just neighbors. In building their dream home, Jim and Catherine have created a community. Up top, the roof is made of zinc composite panels. They reflect sunlight and help to keep the temperature even inside the house, and they can be recycled. Jim's also designed the courtyard to be porous to cope with Houston's weather extremes.
We have a large problem with flooding in Houston, and so trying to control or mitigate the amount of water that flows into the city storm system is an important factor to work with.
Jim designed the paving stones so that rainwater can go between them. Then, instead of a concrete base, he used sand to absorb the water.
I bought the different color of pavers there, one light and one dark. I let the folks that were installing it just kind of make their own pattern. It sort of has a digital look, almost like an old video game.
With the design of these townhomes, Jim took the first bold step in a rundown neighborhood and brought it from a downtown nowhere to a place where people want to live.
I really enjoy the fact that it has really spearheaded kind of a new way of thinking. The project has been more successful than I could have ever imagined. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Imagine living in a country that gets very little rainfall, where summers can reach searing temperatures for months on end. Our next couple met these challenges with a clever house that mixes great design with the utmost respect for the environment. We're in Glenburn, Australia, near the Yarra Valley wine region. An hour and a half from Melbourne, this 680-acre holiday home is a refuge from busy city life. Located between 3 national parks, it's a land of rolling meadows and big dramatic skies. This home is so well designed, it doesn't need air conditioning and can recycle Australia's most precious commodity, water. Townhome Station is named after a Scottish whiskey. It's a weekend getaway for Melbourne accountant Charles Christie, his wife Elaine, 5-year-old Jack, 4-year-old Sam, and their best mates, Jesse and Jimmy. As a child, Charles spent summers on the cattle farm, and he wanted his boys to have similar happy memories.
Cows are amazing creatures. They're just so gentle and peaceful. They have a very simple life. Eat, go to the toilet, and drink. And I do very much the same.
He's not kidding.
Townhome is a small town in Scotland that I think has the highest whiskey distillery in the world. I went there for a day and got stuck for a week, and don't remember much of it, but I remembered I had a really good time. We came here, we looked at this place, and we looked over the lake, and we said we wanted to build a house out here. And that's our getaway from our busy city lives. It's been fantastic.
The house is divided into 3 parts, a main building with a wing on each side. The main building has an open concept kitchen, a dining area, and a spacious sunken living room. In the west wing, there's a master bathroom and bedroom. The east wing houses the guest bedrooms, a guest bathroom, and a shared room for the boys and their toys.
Welcome to Townhome Station.
This mudroom was an expensive afterthought, not built until the rest of the house was completed.
We've got a couple of dogs, and we forgot we hadn't built them a place for them to sleep. So welcome to the most expensive dog house in the country. Let's go in. Okay, well, here's the main living zone. It was very important for us, given we spend 90% of our time here, to have both the living, dining and kitchen zones all as one. We built the kitchen mainly here to capture the views so that Elaine, particularly, who spends a bit of time in here, probably more than me, and she'd like me to spend more time, can see not only the beautiful panorama, but also participate in all the conversations that are had in the living zones.
Double-glazed cedar windows help to insulate the house.
From a kitchen perspective, a couple of things to point out. The reconstituted stone-top benches, all about fitting in with the feel of the house. The whole theme of the house is natural tones, and the stone works well with the wood and the concrete that we've got in the house.
The polished concrete foundation is 70% recycled content. This helps keep the house cool enough in the summer so that they don't need air conditioning.
Appliance-wise, the stove is all gas, bottled gas. The dishwasher, we use rainwater. We don't get a lot of rain in this country at the moment, so the dishwasher is really important to be using the minimum amount of water as possible. So that's really the kitchen for you. The dining room, a little bit of a story around the table here, which is quite a special table.
11 feet long, it's a major chunk of furniture. It was carved from the trunk of a river red gum tree, a member of the eucalyptus family.
Basically, they had these huge slabs of wood, and this was the largest one that was there, and I said, could you turn that into a table? And they said, sure. It took the best part of 3 months to make. It weighs an absolute fortune, ton, cost an absolute fortune. Really fits the feel of the house, holds a lot of people. We can have wonderful conversations around it. This is the living zone, deliberately set up with 2 separate areas.
One half of the room is for TV watching. The other half is for, well, not watching TV at all, and stretching out in front of the fire.
The important aspect about this room is the fireplace. Very effective as a heat source. Glass on both sides can open up.
It's a really efficient, slow combustion heater, and it's linked to ceiling duct fitted with a fan, called a heat shifter system.
And because it's our only heat source in the house and we use heat shifters to get the heat to other parts of the house, really important piece of the dynamic of how the house works.
Tom & Tool Station was designed to be a rustic, eco-friendly weekender. But that didn't mean giving up life's luxuries, like a sleek master bathroom, or ensuite, as the Aussies call it.
This is the ensuite, designed really to maximise the view.
Charles and Elaine have their own secluded master wing. Their bathroom has a freestanding tub overlooking the water.
We have double showers for Elaine and I. The bath really gives us a feeling that we're almost having a shower and bath outside. Fabulous feeling on a cold winter's night just to have a shower bath, relax and unwind.
And they don't need to worry about bills for hot water because it's all solar heated.
And even in the height of winter, it actually works really effectively. This is our master bedroom. The wing that we're in is very much designed to give me and Elaine some space. The kids are down the other end of the house.
2 sides of this room have floor-to-ceiling, double-glazed windows that open to a private deck.
On a hot summer's night, we can open the doors, close the fly screens and really sort of hear the environment outside, both the birds and the insects. And equally on a cold winter's night, you can close the doors, but you've still got the view, you've still got the feeling of the night and the creatures that are outside. So it really works really well, very cosy space, very important for me and Elaine to have this space with the kids up the other end of the house. Behind the bed head is our closets and mirrors and so forth. Really works well.
At the other end of the house is the guests and kids wing.
This is the first guest bedroom.
Charles and Elaine often have friends over for the weekend, so this entire wing of the house is set up to accommodate visiting families and kids.
We designed the bedrooms so that our guests could wake up in the morning and really look out on the view that we have. And that's a fantastic experience for them.
These Japanese-style doors were designed to maximize the views for their guests.
In each of the rooms we've got a ceiling fan, the only cooling in the whole house, even through the hot Australian summers. This is our second guest bedroom. exactly the same design as the first. The painting was done by my firstborn son. It's his first painting. Obviously his whole class have painted pictures of their dad. I'm the guy who's got his arms coming out of his head, so anyway, he'll get better at it. This is the kids' room. They sleep here, they play here, they sleep up on the benches, and when they have their friends here, at any point in time you could probably have about 8 kids sleeping here, all across the floor and all around the benches.
Underneath, there's storage where the kids' toys can be tucked away.
Up here, life jackets and boogie boards. We use those for taking the kids out in the lake for a bit of a play and a bit of a swim. Great place for kids to play, really works well. This is the guests and kids' bathroom. Importantly, in here and in the other bathroom, we have a dual flush toilet. When you're on rainwater, it's really important to conserve water, almost mandatory in these sort of houses.
Tom & Tool Station is totally independent in its water supply. Water for the toilets, laundry, and drinking comes from rain collected on the roof. You can recycle your wastewater like Charles and Elaine. Instead of using a septic tank, which can leach partially treated sewage directly back to the earth, they opted to recycle. All the water used in the house is sent through this multi-chamber tank. Inside, the water's aerated and bacteria breaks down the waste. The now much cleaner water is pumped up a hill to a weeping bed where it irrigates the lawn. It's really just letting nature do the breakdown for you.
Okay, this is the outdoor of the house and really our entertaining area. And we very much use the decks as places to have parties, places to sit and eat a barbie, a place to have a drink and take in the ambience of the environment that we live in.
Its remote setting between 3 national parks can leave the house vulnerable when they're away. So Charles came up with a solution.
We've got winches up in the ceiling of the house that come down and connect each of the decks and pull them up and sort of close the house up like a big box. The springs are there to keep the tension on the decks. Really looks like just a chunk of wood set down against the backdrop of a forest.
All the wood cladding and decks are made from local plantation silvertop, a kind of ash tree.
Worth noting the timber was important to us. It's a hardwood, radial sawn. The radial sawing means you get more wood from less tree. That was a very important aspect for us. It'll weather nicely, it'll weather to a grey that again will be very unobtrusive on the backdrop of the forest and really help fit in with the whole environment. As we walk through, there's my Barbie. Gets a fair bit of use over summer, not so much in the winter time, but really part of the Australian feel. And then round the corner is the outdoor shower, which is really fantastic for us. We use the lake for a lot of swimming, and when you come up from swimming in a lake, we sit there and we wash down in the shower. Fantastic feeling to have a shower in the outdoors. You just feel so much freer and relaxed. This is our deck, this is Elaine's and my deck. Quite often we'll come out here at night when the kids are asleep and just have a drink together. She drinks her martinis, she's from the US, and I'll have my straightforward beer.
I do feel very lucky for everything we have, and there's rare moments where we can sit and have a drink and relax and look out at the view.
Charles and Elaine wanted a weekend retreat where they could unwind and get closer as a family without big city distractions.
The guys I work with at work in the city know when I've missed a weekend here. It really is that palpable about how much more relaxed I am when I go back to work on the Monday. So it's really my release.
Even though Tom & Tool Station has all the modern conveniences you could ever need, it sits incredibly lightly on the land. And it goes to show that you can have ultra-glam design and be sustainable and energy efficient all at the same time.